Hopefully it's working. All right, are we actually alive? You living? Okay. Well, this isn't the window it's supposed to be shown in, but I believe we can show the game like this. Okay. Stealer, no stealing. Yeah. Crash the replay viewer, crash my stream. How much power does Stealer have? Definitely yellow comment. Of that there is no doubt. It's very rude. I'll give like a minute for people to show up and I'll hop into it. Welcome back, everybody. They tried to silence me, but I will not be muzzled. I'm here, Go7, king of the penguins, and I will deliver the secret tech that the man doesn't want you to know about. Stay tuned and learn. Truth. Truth. Don't let the man keep you down. Okay, Stealer. So we didn't have the tank go. I thought the tank for sure was going to go and stand on this base. No. Fluffy, get him. Alright. Secret Penguin tech for the win. Let's see how this goes. Arrow keys to move forward. We saw all this. Well, I mean, I don't know what crashed the replay viewer, but we're about to find out. All right, Stealer, what did you do? Looks fine. Okay, that looks legal. That looks legal. Legal. Nothing happened. Something must be happening in secret. It must be like this flag boat moving. Or something? Sami with the quick mech. It's all just legal. But it was so legal it just crashed my replay viewer? That doesn't make any sense. The replay viewer couldn't believe that that would happen. Asked mech to kill this poor innocent tank? Okay, I haven't seen... Okay, well, this tank's gonna get attacked soon. Boom. That's not even that great of a trade for Sami, honestly. Double recon follow-up? Artillery fires, knocks the tank down to 6. Tank gets to fire back. Is it going to win this fight? It does win the fight, right? Just because the mech runs out of ammo? Secret gaslight tech. That's true. Knock down the one, yeah. Infantry has to follow up. Finish it off. Alright, the mech survives. Recons move out. APC follow up. Healer kills the tank with the artillery. A little bit more cost effective. Sami is not looking like a great pick on this map. But I'm prepared to be wowed. I guess the pure mech deployment out of this base is probably good. Okay. There's been nothing secretive about this. I don't know. All I know that's secret about it is it crashed everything. It just doesn't crash it on the site, but I haven't seen any like illegal movements. Secret Tech 4 was just about the crash. It's all very reasonable. We'll speed it up. Go for the capture. Just a straight up mech train over here. I mean, the mech will get a first strike on this side. We got a copter moving up. And okay. You got trapped. Is anything... Hi, Shadow. Oh, it must have to do with the power charge. I missed... Wait. When did the charge go up? Okay, it goes up here. A reasonable amount. Okay, when does it spike? It's already... Oh no, it's fine. It's like the mech damage hitting this tank. Oh no, it's not fine. Look at that. So the number is looking legit, but the amount it's charging is not. It's charging double, right? It's saying there's 11,000. But it's showing like it's 22,000. Yeah. That must have been what crashed it. Okay. So let's go back. How is this happening? How much charge do you get from this? No charge from the pipe seams, of course. Okay. So it says 39K. But it's looking like it's closer to 8K-ish? Is it just double? Let's see here. Is it just getting both players? That's not really looking... Like, if it was both players combined, it would be like 6K-ish. I think that's a little bit more than 6K-ish. It's looking like it's just double. I don't know how you would mess with that. I guess it's naturally messed with when you're talking about losses and damage dealt. So here gains like a 1K-ish, but it like jumps 2K. Yeah, it's just double. Okay. And here Stealer gets a ton. The tank goes down. Yeah, half a tank is almost an entire bar. That's more than double if it's like that. Now Stealer's turn. Kills an infantry. Doesn't have the super yet. I mean, it's definitely a lot more than what Sami's got visually, even though the number says about the same. Does it let the super go off though? You think Stealer? I was thinking it was just that, but it's more because Stealer got attacked and I gained a ton. Look at Sami still going for it. I believe, Sami. I believe. Okay. Charge in, get the overcharge. Okay, it's saying that the super can be used even though... You know what it's doing? Because this is saying 27,000 for both. Do you think it was just charging both the normal and the superpower at the same time? So it's like it's counting for it twice because it's charging towards both of these, even though it's saying that these are the same price. Like over here, the double time is 27,000, victory margin is 72,000. Over here, it's saying they're both 27,000. Or is that just normally like that? No, it's definitely not normally like that. Right? No, it definitely says that it can be used. Just chilling. It's not overcharging as far as I can tell, but maybe it is. Maybe it's overcharging. Okay, we just used the normal power. Oh, look at that. The normal power is used, now they're no longer in sync. Is it lagging the stream? No, not allowed. But look, they're no longer in sync. The hyper upgrade got charged the cost twice. How is that going to affect the gains? You got this, Sami, I believe. Sorry you're getting some lag. I'm not saying that I'm lagging, but who knows? Is it Clone Andy? Okay. You got the 15. It says you got the 1500. Honestly, that's not looking visually too far off. I guess it was kind of 3K visually. Why would it get charged? Why would the super get charged twice though? On the hey, we got the victory march. What was that? Oh, that's just a little glitch. Okay. That was just a visual glitch. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Stealer definitely has extra charge there. Are we using the super? Just the normal power again? Maybe this is Clone Andy. Clone Andy can only use the normal power, but gets twice the charge. It's a pretty good deal. You got gifted a membership. Congratulations. Classic Andy fighter. Smack, smack. Everything goes down. Interestingly, Stealer, oh yeah, I guess he has 5,400 because he used the normal power and the super still had some extra charge sitting in it. So he starts this turn with a little bit in the bank. Yeah. I guess if Stealer was able to sneak in a tag, like a tag turnout thing, into a 1v1 like this, then we have the resignation. GG. Then we would have been able to see Stealer gain charge while having the power active. When you see him in Global League and Live League. Dream the dream. An interesting secret tech. Crashed absolutely everything. Very rude. Alright, I'll go back to the stream here. 1 second. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Secret tech crash and everything. Alright. Drg. Cadeor. Rave of Being. Live League. Live League Fog. Here we go. All right, let's go Team Von Bolt. Back in the day, Von Bolt was always considered boring, but you know what? I feel like he's kind of the underdog now. Most people go Hawke. Let's go Von Bolt. Let's see how this goes. It seems like a pretty good... I mean, it's kind of a small map, I guess, that's favoring Von Bolt in that regard, but it's a very wide map. So I imagine Hawke's going to get a lot of advantage out of the power. It's also a lot easier to use Hawke's power in live than it is to use Von Bolt's. So I do like these early recons. Very cheeky. Gonna try and get some nice early interrupts going. Although, who doesn't love a transport opener? Javier is the true underdog. That's true. Oh, and Sasha. I love my Sasha. Okay. Got the airport getting captured over here. Recons. One gets a nice strike for an interrupt over here. This one's going to show up a little late to top the airport, but it is what it is. Ooh, this one. Oh, sorry. This one does get tagged by this tank. A little unfortunate. But this recon also gets tagged, so it's going to be a kind of a fair trade. A little interrupt over here. Backs up. Do we go for the tank on recon strike? No, we're too scared. I think it would be fine because of the backup tank, but it's okay. Ooh, this recon gets taken out. Absolutely tragic. Is this tank... Well, it can impact this fight, actually, but it doesn't have the vision to know it can. This tank would have to do something wild, like attack this recon from down here to reveal this tank. This tank didn't... Unless this tank moved... It didn't move until after that recon was gone, so that's not known about. Copter gets built to hold the front. Very nice. That was a really bold attack, because that's into this copter range. Might just be bluffing that there is an anti-air, though. It'd be really unfortunate if the transport opener ends up just losing these properties after getting there quickly. Yeah. Hawke does not believe that that is guarded by the tank backup, so well, not anymore. Little unfortunate there for Von Bolt. Okay, goes in, takes out that recon, has the anti-air covering over here. There is an anti-air over here, so unfortunately this copter will get taken out. It doesn't have a full health tank to help support it. There's this little injured tank. This is, you know, it's not nothing. It still looks like these cities are probably going to flip into Von Bolt's favor. Would be my guess. The recon gonna get used over here. Interrupt this, like so. Not bad. Lots of big swings. These cities are kind of set to fall next turn. We don't have the tank support that's required for this airport, so this anti-air pressure is still pretty decent. Ooh, very gutsy. Actually, outside this anti-air's range. It's just kind of had some very unfortunate placement so far. Okay. If Hawke manages to hold on to these two cities, then it's going to be super GG. I mean, you start capturing them right now. With full health infantry, you start capturing them right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my. A little unfortunate, for sure. This poor anti-air, it's always just out of the range of these copters. I guess it didn't matter too much now that these actually got interrupted. This would have been a really nice bomber. I don't think Von Bolt could have afforded it, but that's usually the answer when someone's got an anti-air staring down your airport, is you build a bomber to scare it away. Nice attack over here. Okay, we're gonna have a Hawke power this turn. Yeah, here comes the Black Storm. Ooh, and that's going to be enough to let this anti-air take out this copter. Still interrupts all the captures. Well, I guess capture. Very painful. Do we manage to make a magnet? I don't think we got a magnet. So I think the Von Bolt super hits over here. Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was nerfed, so now it does friendly fire. At least it will help free this airport. Now that anti-air can't actually get away. But Hawke does get this area under control as well. I don't think Von Bolt's going to make it out of this one. Way behind in unit value. Oh my gosh. Fighting the good fight. Didn't manage to get these cities. So Hawke's been just way up in income this whole game. And then we're going to start entering into the next Hawke powers. Look at all those tanks. I think Von Bolt probably would have gotten into the advantage in this game if this airport had managed to kind of survive the anti-air pressure, and if these anti-airs managed to get the job done. They were just always out of the range of the copters they needed to answer. Got some pressure on the HQ, but no actual like infantry around. Von Bolt's putting up the fight. Huge attack in here. Potentially, Von Bolt's gonna get these cities at least. Trying to get some. Okay, Von Bolt resigns, but was trying to get some action on the other side, which is really good. And Hawke didn't have very healthy infantry over here, so it's not like absolutely devastating to be losing the fight, but it's still a lot. GG. Like I said, Von Bolt's secretly the underdog now. AAcoSan versus this guy. ghjjf. It's Ardennes again. This time, a Drake mirror. Okay. No, I want you facing left and you facing right. I had this wrong. Here we go. Well, last time we saw some really... Well, it was Olaf versus Drake, a little different, but we saw some really good artillery play in these forests to kind of combat an early push down here, although the city capture still managed to hold, which I was surprised by. We'll see if these guys play it out differently. We have an early recon this time. Ooh, early recon versus double recon? Okay, so no... not going with some early transport and no early tanks. They're both going for like early aggressive harassment. Followed up by artillery. I do like the recon artillery openers. I don't know if I'd like it on this map, because this map is really wide. So it can be difficult to make sure that your artillery gets into the spot it needs to be, but we do have these really nice forests like we were talking about from the last game we saw. Ooh, little interrupt come in over here, some early infantry fighting. Recon comes in with a smack. There's only an opposing recon to contest it. This one's just chills in these woods. There is a tank over here now, so the recons are not all powerful anymore. Oh, very daring capture, sneaking on down here. It is in the fog. I don't know if I'd have the artillery quite there. I mean, it is guarding this forest, I guess. But it doesn't have to be right next to the recon to defend. The only thing you'd really get punished by here is if there's two tanks in range, and then one tank plus like this recon kills this recon, and the other tank comes up and hits the artillery, so it's probably fine. Yeah. Ooh, we diving in with the recon. Where's the artillery chilling, though? Definitely not safe there. Oh, it thinks it's safe there. Okay. Oh, no, it's falling. It's falling back. Okay. Well, now that does mean these recons are no longer safe. Huge dive in. Ooh. Okay, it's going to be trades of recons for recon. Artillery gets to fire here. Interesting. This infantry also kind of reveals his existence to this comm tower guy. Yellow Comet up quite a bit of income here. We'll see if that sticks around. That's quite the push on the right side here for Cobalt Ice. Triple tank versus one tank and a recon right now. So it looks like the city is probably going to fall. And when that falls, and then probably the city falls, it will kind of go back into Cobalt Ice's favor here. We are attacking in to this artillery range. There isn't a tank to help out with this, though. So just one artillery shot. The medium tank is on the way, but huge vision problems right now. As you can see, can't actually see the opposing tanks to fire on. Uses the... I don't know if I would have the infantry go for the attack areas. Now it can be just killed by one shot by a tank. Here we do have that pressure over here. Trying to take this city. Got quad tank versus double tank recon. Still very much in the favor of Cobalt Ice. Oh, but we're attacking in here to interrupt this capture. We do successfully interrupt it. And the infantry count has definitely fallen for Cobalt Ice over here. So we'll see if it holds. I mean, right now we have tank kills infantry, tank plus infantry kills recon, and then double tank can kill this tank. It's still pretty nasty. You have the Drake copters coming in. Artillery gets revealed. Double anti-air. I mean, that's a little overkill. For sure. I don't think Drake has to worry too much about opposing Drake copters, especially once the powers start coming in, because the copters are so much weaker, and then they take the chip damage from the powers, and they like lose the fuel on this wide map. You could probably get away with not even a single anti-air. All right, we have the first super. Usually getting the first super is really nice in these kind of mirror matches because you get a turn where you have your full health units fighting against injured units, and you also get to start charging for the next super first. Because like from this guy's perspective now, you use your super to then have an even playing field. So it can be a little snowbally because you use your super first, you get the more advantageous turn out of it, and you also get to start charging for the next one first, which pretty much guarantees that you get it first. And it's just like an endless cycle. But we'll see how much charge advantage Yellow Comet gets out of it here. There's a lot of falling back, so I don't think there's going to be much charge advantage at all. 400? 2,800? I don't think 2,800 charge advantage is enough to guarantee that you get the next one first. So, very possible that Cobalt Ice can get it this time. They are even in charge, which is nice. But fairly even in unit count and value. They're attacking in here. This Neo tank is pretty much uncontested for Cobalt Ice. There's a rocket way back here. If the rocket does get the fire on the Neo tank, that will be pretty bad. But I don't have high expectations. We have quite the copter investment here from Yellow Comet, though, so I feel like they're going to end up regretting that. But I'm prepared to be wrong. Who doesn't like a little copter spam? Anti-air does get revealed here. It's smacked by this Neo tank. Down it goes. Still nothing over here to deal with this Neo tank. I think we're doing a complete front shift here. We'll see how that works out. If we can just have a defensive line and then a rocket back here, we do go over to interrupt this capture. And we're at attack. So a couple eyes know I must have caught wind of this front shift because we're going a full-on attack over here, and it's going to be completely uncontested. Everything's way. Although these units, I think, are a little too exposed if you were catching on to the front shift, so. Oh my gosh! The dream! The dream! The rocket gets to hit the Neo, and then the medium tank gets to hit the Neo. I mean, that's probably going to be GG. So many copters on the field, and then the Neo goes down. Boom. I would not attack with that infantry. Now it's injured. No longer a very good wall for the rocket. Well, once the next supers come in, all these copters are going to be, you know, really injured, or they'll get injured, and they'll be running low on gas. And right now, that's like the majority of the vehicles, right? Okay, Ilkama has another Neo tank, and then has 5 copters and 3 tanks. Yeah. This is going to be really painful. So this does mean that this infantry goes down. And I guess the copter can come in and hit the rocket, which is really annoying. But the rocket's kind of already done its job. And it survives. Okay, here's our response super. More copters were built. There goes that copter, there goes that tank. I actually don't like the double. I mean, it's not like bad to build the double anti-air, I just don't think it's actually needed. This is down to 30 fuel, 33 fuel. On a big map like this, I guess they can go back to this black boat to get refueled, or like APCs can be built. But you can just kind of let your opponent's Air Force crash and burn, and then just have a stronger ground force that is like unstoppable. Hi. The rocket moving its way. Oof. Neo tank goes in with the smack. It's very daring. Fortunately, the rocket's not in range. That's a very nice hit from a city too, so nice and defensive. Okay. Ilkama getting a lot of action back on this left side, and the Neo tank strike. Not all is lost. They are even in income. Boy, this Neo tank can have horrible vision here. So daring to attack in with that much vision. After losing your last one to walking into a rocket. I mean, that's a decent amount of pressure on this HQ, and these black boats are almost out of fuel. It might be worth it to send an APC over here to refuel it. But I don't think they're going to do that. Look at this cop. Yeah, these copters are both about to crash. We got 8 fuel. We got 5 fuel. No need to have the anti-air for them. Smack, interrupt the cap. Mech does get an attack in here, which is, you know, pretty decent, Yeah, rocket shot. Interrupt this cap. There's like no infantry left here for Yellow Comet. all on the left here. Neotank does get some nice attacks though. I don't think it's gonna dive into the rocket again. It's it's a fresh copter. It still has the fuel left in it. Okay. There's not very many units left for Cobalt Ice on the left here, which is going to be the main problem. Little classic rocket push over here. Ooh, we do get the Typhoon first, and it's also going to be a little bit of an overcharge here, which is very nice. It's a little awkward to have the mech just attacking infantry, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't like how definitely building too many anti-airs. I mean, I know there's a lot of opposing copters, but like your Drake, like this copter, I think it joined together and now it's going to crash and die. Oh no, it's not. It's not. Okay, I take it back. The APC was built. It saves the day. Huge value on that APC. Wow. This mech actually survived and it gets to attack the anti-air if it wants to. Huge. In this case, I would have had the tank attack from the city first. That's okay. In pressure on this black boat. It's about to run out of fuel. It's at 1. Definitely looks like we're going an all-in, take the HQ move here. Anti-air goes in. How does Drake? How does Cobalt Ice decide to respond? Okay, we have kind of the vehicles forming a concave here, and then the infantry going on their own solo mission up along the top right here to get some captures in. Okay, here goes the HQ cap with an injured infantry, which is real dicey. So as you'll note, when you go for these HQ caps, you really want it to work, because most of these units move forward and just kind of stand there in opposing units' range. So you give so many attacks for your opponent. So it's something you only want to do if you're like, this is going to win me the game. 100%. Because if it doesn't, you just kind of lose everything. And that's why you also want to be going with the capture with full health infantry, so that your opponent has one fewer turn to actually save the capture. Like if Cobalt Ice wanted to, could have ignored this entire attack for a whole turn. I mean, that would be bold, but could have been done. So we can't step off with this infantry and go on with a new full infantry. And that will have the same amount of pressure. Looks like we're going to try and cut the losses. Very painful to do so. Already lost a bunch of stuff just kind of standing around taking hits. I imagine this is going to be GG. Just use the normal power. Fills off the Neo tank. How's this capture going in? I mean, we do get the super in response, way down in unit count. The super will help, because when doing 2 damage to everything is a lot more than doing just 1, of course. It's double. Fun fact. But it's pretty rare to come back from a game where you go for a failed HQ cap like that. It's just so many losses. Rocket gets to fire again. I am. Okay, anti-air over here. I mean, at least Yellow Comet didn't lose any properties doing that. Just lost a huge chunk of the army. I say just. I mean, it's pretty bad. Looks like the counter push on the opposing HQ is looking kind of scary right now. Huge value lead and unit count lead for Cobalt Ice. We do have a lot of units kind of being put down here with a few infantry to go for captures. Try and get some kind of action at some other part of the map where maybe there's fewer opposing units. You guys can start getting captured over here. The rocket's moving on up here. Alright. Yellow Comet does kind of clear the space over here. I don't think they get this city because the recon can just go in and stop it. Like so. Although, you know, it doesn't completely stop it. So a join cap could work here. Could be quite the threat. We have this nice black boat to start repairing this copter in this fight. Very cute. Ooh, okay, we do have the super hit. Very painful. We're gonna have a counter super for sure. Looks like this city is probably flipping. We do have that join cap. I think it can be prevented by just these two tanks. And then the medium tank joining it over here should be GG. We get another rocket shot on a Neo. Usually pretty rare, but this was the game for the rocket. GG for the rockets. I think this is going to be the end. Now that this push over here is stopped, there's so much pressure with rocket support towards this HQ. We have the city flip over here. The comm tower's kind of under threat-ish. Another Neo-tank moves into rocket range. And there's a resignation. GG. I know fuel drain does affect infantry. If infantry runs out of fuel, it can't move. This guy's down to 1 fuel, so it can actually do only a single step. There's a very silly map that's one player that only has an HQ and one player that has an HQ and a single infantry. And the infantry only have 99 fuel, and the opposing HQ is 100 tiles away. So you walk around in the spiral just to run out of fuel right in front of the opposing HQ. Yeah, that rocket was definitely worth it. I don't remember what the name of that map is, but it was very silly. Oh, we actually got to the RIP game. Oh, this is probably going to be the last game of the stream. We actually got through quite a few, despite the secret tech crashing everything. This is... RIP versus Lord Clefairy, Sami versus Jess, Stolen Eras in... Fun fact, my first game of Advanced Wars by Web ever was on Stolen Seconds, which is what this map is based off of. It was an Andy versus Lash game. I was in Lord Clefairy's position. I will give Lord Clefairy Cobalt Ice. Oh, is this game? Oh, this is a well-known game. Okay. Let's see how it goes. Personally, I like Sami against Jess. I think, you know, it's a nice little matchup. They both have their strengths. They both have units that they like, even when they're not amazing. Like, they both kind of like copters. They both really like artillery. Obviously, Sami has mechs that are very much in the favor, and well, Jess has all the vehicles. Of course, Jess infantry, not the strongest. Sami infantry, pretty darn strong. They're not really durable. They both got the same durability going to them, so when it enters into like a heavy vehicle match, it's very favored for Jess. Something I liked to do as Sami on this map is I like having my transport copters be utilized to unload mechs into the center so that the mechs can utilize these river tiles that are often just kind of considered complete walls with all the fights with the vehicles. I don't know anything about this new tier 3 no Kindle, maybe? Or maybe I don't remember that. I think it's fine to not have Kindle in tier 3. I just don't think Kindle is very strong in tier 2. On some maps, Kindle seemed to function just fine in tier 2 fog. But on other ones, it was kind of like, why would I ever play Kindle? But it's probably fine. He's definitely a little too dominant in tier 3, I agree. We have quite the push going on here in the middle. The double mech support, I love it. With these transport copters going back to pick up more mechs, please, please. Quite the push over here with the artillery in the woods. Unfortunately, doesn't actually stop the city from being captured. Just a turn too late. We'll see how that all works out. Smack. Infantry's going for the captures. We got the mech support looking nice. The main thing you would use to deal with this kind of mech support is either medium tanks or you just have artillery backing everything up, and then the mechs kind of just get blown out of the water. But yeah, I think there's fewer river tiles on this version of them, being able to attack from the rivers in the previous versions. Ooh, attacking in. Jess infantry fights against Sami infantry. Absolutely tragic, failing to get this kill. It does deny the city though. Hotly contested. And on this map, there's fewer forests in range of these cities. That used to be a big thing. You just kind of chill in the forests and stare down those cities with the artillery. Here we go, look at that push. Yeah, mechs. Falling back. Got triple in. This is quite the investment by Lord Clefairy. And I do like that Rip is using a copter over here. It's kind of a... I mean, it's kind of the obvious choice because there's all these terrain, like, kind of slowing stuff down, but the copters don't care. And it's really difficult for the opposing anti-airs to actually, like, support this fight. It's so far away. Yeah, there's no center forest. So I'd say this is looking pretty nice for Rip. I would be surprised if Lord Clefairy wins this overall at the top once those copters show up. We do get this city. We'll just see like how long it gets. I mean, I guess the artillery in the woods is pretty daunting to deal with. So this infantry does block the way. Rip would need at least a power to one-shot this with this infantry in the woods. But does get to kill it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little unfortunate for Rip actually, because if this copter had gone straight up to deal with this corner, like probably should have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could interrupt this capture, or it could have been used to clear this infantry. Probably interrupt the capture. Because a copter sitting right here is, I think, impossible for Lord Clefairy to deal with until this pipe seam. I guess the pipe seam going down might change that equation, though. Maybe you wouldn't want to risk it. Although with the Recon's vision over here, it would be fine, right? Because you know that there isn't an anti-air in range. Okay, so Lord Clefairy is going to does get to kill those 2 infantry, which is pretty nice too. Actually, that does make it look like it wasn't a great move for Rip to send those 2 infantry in, like 2 infantry for 1 infantry, especially 2 Sami infantry for a Jess infantry. Not a great trade. Everything would have stuck around anyway. We do have a little ambush kind of forming up in the fog, though. All right, here we go. Recon, copter, the artillery, the copter, the anti-air can reach. There's no artillery over here for Rip in this fight, which might end up being a little bit unfortunate. The anti-air does get in there, kill off a copter. It is probably going to die for that. And once that happens, I mean, the city falls back into Rip's favor. Down here, I mean, Lord Clefairy's also got decent control over this city. There goes the anti-air, mech in the woods. Copter saves this city. We send a tank back here too, just to stop. Yeah. If Lord Clefairy did a join cap there, then the copter wouldn't be enough to save it. And we don't have much anti-mech tech going on for Lord Clefairy at this point. Like, we have this 1 medium tank, but not like the kind of artillery numbers you would expect. That was a really weird choice. Well, I mean, this way does still get the city, but if you go copter, tank, here you get the city faster, which does deny quite a bit of like income. But it does mean this tank isn't able to fight for an extra turn, which is probably what Rip was worried about. I wouldn't be too worried about it because I don't think I want to fight with my tanks over here. What are they fighting? Double copter medium tank? Like, let's keep the tanks out of there for now. I think this area just gets wiped, and this tank doesn't do anything. Yeah. Oh my gosh, no! Well, it's possible that because of that, Rip doesn't actually get the city in time, because this pipe seam gets broken by this medium tank next turn. It would take it just, like, power to interrupt the Sami cap, though. Victory March. Okay. Pop, pop. Interrupt. We get to take it. We're not taking it. Oh, we're taking it with this guy. Okay, 1 take. Now we get to take this, so I guess the Victory March makes it all work out. Oh, we don't get. Oh, that's our city. Take that one. Take that one and load some more mechs over here. Take that one. Not gonna get the Victory March win by capture, but this HQ is looking mighty vulnerable, and we still have a lot of mechs standing around. Yeah, that's not even a great attack over there. Artillery, it's gonna get found out by this transport copter. It's a little unfortunate to use the transport copter there, but I guess you have to. You got these infantry. Okay, things are looking very good. Lord Clefairy still hasn't used a power. The mechs gather together again for their cost-effective lives. Look at that unit count, this difference. All right, Lord Clefairy, go in, go in. Can't really find much over here. Kills the mech. Oof, artillery neo tank to strike back over here. I mean, a lot of mechs do go down. But at the end of that turn, Rip is still up by 6 units. So I'd be feeling pretty good as Rip. Some nice attacks. We get a double time. There's only a few mechs, right? There's 3 over here that can get stuff done. A bunch of infantry strikes to make sure that we don't lose anything. Mech to kill the anti-air. We do have another medium tank over here, which will be pretty decent. Lord Clefairy really diving in there. That's surprising. I guess at this point you kind of know that you've already lost the game, so you're just trying to get like as much damage done as possible. The real problem, like obviously the unit count isn't amazing. Unit value is kind of okay. I mean, it's bad, but it's like kind of okay. But like all the healthy infantry are so far back that you're not never, but you're not getting any captures anytime soon. So the more that Sami can just kind of get even trades going on, the bigger this difference is going to get. I think Lord Clefairy already knew that, and there's our GG. Regardless of how strong she is, Sami always has to work twice as hard to get value. It can definitely feel like that, yeah. Yeah, let's go, Max. All right, I hope everyone enjoyed. That's the end of our stream. You haven't had one in a while, but here's your what? Why isn't it letting me give you an apple? Wait. Hello? Here's your apple. What? Why is it stopping the apple? Can you guys not see it? Apple. There. Take your apple. I don't know why it was taking it away from you. Here's your apple. It took it away again. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone.
It's Go7, king of the penguins. Of all the penguins, he is king. It's Go7, king of the penguins. Being king of the penguins, that's his